Welcome to today's video. We're reviewing Daniel Patrick Cohen, We Delivered. All the tracks, we have to say, are very short. Shopping with Violence.
That's
like
Black Friday.
Yeah, sounds like a Lidl. By the way, Lidl, you can sponsor. Yeah. Repetitive noise, but I think it should be soothing, right?
Well, for a lot of people, this probably isn't soothing.
Is there like something contrary to ASMR?
Violence.
Okay.
Did somebody say something?
Imagine already sliding over the top of a car.
Yeah, with the fedora on.
Yeah, super funky.
Wow. You can get that we're probably going to hear many different styles and... The piano is very straying through somebody's tortured memories. What's next?
Now, next. Number six. Number six. Number six. This is my own remix now.
It's almost like a GIF.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was sufficiently odd. Sounds like a cup being tapped with a spoon.
Oh, now that's something else.
Do you think there's a comma missing from that title? Oh, there's a comma in number 9, so
theoretically...
Maybe you're sat in the corridor waiting for your kid to come out of the clearly not very successful music lesson they're having.
He's screeching the violin.
Disappointment. This is travel.
Yes. You have...
Travelator music.
Priority boarding is about to...
You know, the track number 8. And
yes.
I have to say I'm pleasantly surprised. I'm actually getting more pleasure out of it than I thought I might.
That's quite the title.
That is quite the title. I suspect the composer was, I don't know, maybe having a joke at their own expense with the title. Before anybody else says it.
The sound like...
Stapler?
No.
Hole punch?
Hole punch sounds possible.
I think it sounds like a stapler to me, pulling something across something. Despite the fact that was content light, we were moved. Compared with number 10, Secure Solutions, this is very rich. Is that a doorbell? It is a doorbell.
Yeah, I guess somebody arrived the moment that was recorded.
Well, probably one of the neighbours coming around to complain. So you think the titles do have a clear function?
I think they're trying to make you imagine.
So the two should be taken together as a kind of a...
I believe so. I feel like the rush trying to find them. Where's my file? Where's my file now?
Yeah, but is that kind of evocative of an error window?
To me...
operating system? See, now we're obsessing about the title and how it relates to... Go, let's hear it.
Let's get the money.
This is that ATM moment when you're told on the screen that insufficient funds. There was a lot of notes in a very short period of time.
Yeah.
Do you know, I've never had... What is a Jaeger bomb? And maybe this is...
After the
Jaeger bombs.
No, here comes. Your guts complaining.
Somber.
Yes.
When you consider a Jaeger bomb, I think, is a kind of a party...
drink.
Yeah, I mean, I've never tried it, but counterpointed title versus...
Write your own Christmas hit.
I'm suitably bamboozled by that.
Okay, next hit. Next track. It's like you need a glass of whiskey next to that piano. And
You have no money, and or maybe you do with some wild fig and ginger ale with an umbrella in it. Right? was nice.
Yeah.
Ended very quickly.
Yeah.
I say I'm a little disappointed that 19 isn't Wild Fig and Ginger Night Cream. This sounds like a bit like the music from Interstellar. I'm sure I've just insulted the composer there.
It's like an old Zelda game.
Yeah. Is this like on hold? 8-bit on hold?
No.
Game loading?
Yeah, it looks like we're waiting for the game to load so we can start to play.
As the cassette goes around.
Uh-huh.
This sounds like something from a David Lynch movie. Something Pines.
Twin Peaks?
Twin Peaks.
Twin Peaks. For a moment, sounds like a setup for lucid dreaming, right?
Me pointing at the camera. Must stop doing that.
The changes in track 22 were really good. I mean,
they were.
They're really contrasting and kind of makes you like, okay, what's happening here?
Yeah, but again, the title, that looks Romanian.
It's Romanian.
Is that beef in the middle?
No.
Life.
Right. So something like prolong the life of your engine.
Okay.
You forgot the oil there.
Well, this is where you're on the side of the road with the hazard lights on, and this is where the breakdown company turns up and tells you the bad news. But maybe there's hope. Horror of Horrors, it's a Netflix special. The most advanced TV experience ever, but the music is betraying the fact that it's nothing like that. Oh, okay. But what's the next track? Oh, sorry, that is the next track.
This is the next track.
Right, okay, let's...
Don't fuck with it.
Well, that was interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I liked it.
What if you would start to mix and play together the songs according to their titles?
This sounds like another ode to the ATM. Is it more sarcasm in that the cash will not follow?
It will not follow shortly.
Come up with the equivalent of lift music, but for cash machines. You know, while you wait, Search for Friends is a kind of a similar thing, trying things, looking for some feedback. Relate that title to that piece.
I think those interruptions during that track, boop,
yeah.
it was something like an hidden message, like in ARG style.
Please don't let any foreign persons inside the hotel.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, that's right.
Music from the lobby of the hotel.
Yeah.
Him going to a hotel, found a piano that maybe in some hotels you can still find.
Yeah.
He started to play, but it's
and
like,
asked him to leave.
Please leave, don't play the piano.
Or at least don't play it like that. Stand by to be shot.
Scanner.
Printer. So there were tones there that you might say are musical tones.
Of course.
But is it accessible to the listener?
Well,
whereas the strings clearly are, because we have this century-old tradition of listening to string-based music. So there are musical notes there in that technology recording, but is it music really? I've had a thought about this one.
Yeah.
That it's one of those pianos that plays roll music, and 3/4 of the holes in the roll aren't working.
Okay.
It's not working.
Beyond repair. Just some bells and that's it.
Yeah, but I think a bit of work went into